What's up, beer lovers? Boy, do I got a treat for you tonight, especially for my Ohio viewers, because this beer and other beers from this company just recently became available in our state. So, without further ado, Dale's Pale Ale from Oscar Blues Brewing. They're from Colorado, and they claim to be the first craft beer in a can. And as far as I know, they probably are, unless you consider a couple of imports. There are some imports out there that have been canned way longer than them. But American craft brews, I don't know that anybody else is putting their beers in cans. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And there's a lot of argument whether bottles or cans are better for beer, and I would definitely give the nod to cans for longevity in storage, as no light can penetrate, no oxygen can penetrate. It's a perfectly sealed vessel. And people argue that there's aluminum, but there's a plastic coating in there. Aluminum ain't touching nothing. So, anyway, Dale's Pale Ale. It is an American Pale Ale. It clocks in with an 89 score from Beer Advocate, though the Bros, for some reason, don't like this beer. They give it an 81. It's 6.5% ABV, and it comes in a can. So, whether or not you find that cool or not, at least around me, it's only available in 6-packs. You can't buy 30-pack cans of this, though. Maybe someday. Who knows? See how well it sells here. Anyway, let's see how it is. A couple other beers from Oscar Blues that I've had, Little Yellow Pills. I've heard good things about, I think it's called 50 Blackout or something. I don't know. Anyway, they've got about 7 beers available. Anyway, this beer pours to a beautiful copper color. It poured to a nice half-inch head that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Lacing is definitely present. You can smell malt and just a little bit of hop. Not a whole lot of hop smell. Just a kind of a backdrop behind the hops. It does smell nice though. Just the two combinations together there just really smell good. This beer clocks in at 65 IBUs. I don't know if I mentioned that. And when you drink it, you'll know it. It's definitely a bitter beer. And it's bitter to the point where, man, I want another sip. It's bitter. It's dried my mouth out. Other than that, there's a touch of the roasted caramel flavors in there. Not a lot of hop flavor. It's mostly bitter. And there's not a whole lot of aroma for the hops. Like I said, there's a little bit of a backdrop there, but I'll tell you what, this beer is incredibly smooth. Nothing wrong with this at all. In fact, Oscar Blues, Dale's Pale Ale may become my new go-to beer. It's not something so special that you're like, wow, this is the greatest beer I've ever tasted. It's certainly not in that category, but for a beer to just sit and drink and have with dinner, have while you're watching a game, have after you mow the lawn, I don't think you're going to go wrong with this one. I don't have a complaint to it. It's like I said, I think this may become my new go-to beer. Have a good night.